Hi, this is John Stahl from Groundwire, and this is a demonstration of Megaphone, an online advocacy product for Plone. Megaphone lets you easily build action letters that let your website visitors send emails to decision makers. If you have a Salesforce database, Megaphone also allows you to capture information from activists directly into your Salesforce database. Let's start by taking a look at a Megaphone action alert in action at Dogwood Initiative. Dogwood is currently in the midst of a campaign called No Tankers to keep oil tankers out of British Columbia's pristine coastal waters. Their current action is a letter-writing campaign to the Chinese ambassador to British Columbia. They've got letters going also to Canada's Prime Minister and the BC Premier. There's an introduction, a customizable text, and fields to capture information from the letter writers. Pretty simple. Let's take a look behind the scenes and see how we built it. In Plone, we click Add Action Letter. This launches the Megaphone wizard, which will give us a 7-screen process for building an action letter. The first screen is an introduction that explains the process. On the second screen, we provide a title and HTML intro text for our action letter. On the third screen, we configure the form fields that collect information from our site visitors. Megaphone starts you off with sensible defaults, which you can easily customize. Fields can be required or optional, and they can have validation applied. I'll work through the process of setting up the fields to exactly fit the requirements of this action alert. On the fourth screen, we create recipients for the action letter. Megaphone currently supports only targets that have email addresses, and it can't currently look up the target based on the activist's address. Targets can be optional or required. Okay, now I've got my 3 recipients for this action letter set up, and I'll move on to setting up the letter. On the fifth screen, you create the actual text of your letter. Users can edit this text. Megaphone provides the ability to merge in the contents from any of your form fields. On the sixth screen, you thank your activists. Megaphone allows you to create both an email thank you and a thank you screen that is shown to activists immediately after they finish sending their letter. Both of these are good places to ask for follow-up actions. Again, we can take advantage of merge fields for our activist thank you pages. And finally, on the last screen, we configure our delivery and data storage options. Letters can be sent via email to each recipient or held for offline delivery. Letters can be stored in Plone and or saved to your Salesforce database as a lead. Typically, you'd have a campaign object in Salesforce to model the action campaign, and Megaphone can automatically place your leads into that campaign. We've now seen how Megaphone can be used to collect letters from activists. But what about getting that data back out? Megaphone provides 2 options. The first option is to have Plone save the data. It can then be downloaded in CSV format and viewed in Excel. Here's the data that my action letter has collected. You can set some options for data collection here. In addition, if you have a Salesforce database, Megaphone can take advantage of Plone's deep integration with Salesforce to save letter data directly into your database. By default, Megaphone creates Salesforce leads and associates them with a Salesforce campaign. You can configure the mapping of your action letter's form fields to your Salesforce database fields here. If you don't want to create leads, you can also create any other Salesforce object, custom or stock, that you happen to have in your database.